Hello there.
Well, hello there.
Hello and
We're
good evening.
live.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Off the Wall Nerds podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host Justin, who just disappeared right now. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's being a little finicky tonight.
there we
There we go.
All
I
right.
win.
So we got myself and Justin here tonight. So we have a doozy of a show this evening. So
Oh,
we
hell
had
yes.
we had Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, which was a very decent episode. It was 45 minutes of fun, geekery, fairy tale, and 5 minutes of rip your heart out and stomp on it. Um,
Pretty much sums it up really well, actually.
yeah. Orv,
According to next week's episode, it's going to be dramatic and, you know, they're going to try to do their take on a horror story. So,
we'll see how that goes.
Mm.
Orville was also equally, generally a decent episode, and then it was also a rip your heart out and stomp on it. So, a couple of hard hitting episodes in our sci-fi realm. We had The Boys, which was very dramatic. Now, of course it's supposed to be drama, but I mean dramatic as in there was some shit that went down. And then, of course, the reason why you are all here is for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series finale, part 6.
Oh my god.
The
This is the ending to the prequels we always wanted.
This was the ending we deserved and we got. Um, it was just Obi-Wan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly touch on Strange New Worlds for Star Trek, go to Orville, and we're gonna spend a good part of the show on Obi-Wan because while Strange New Worlds was is gonna be our fast review because like I said it wasn't much, but then we'll talk about Orville and Obi-Wan. So for Strange New Worlds, Justin, I'm gonna let you start this one. What did you think overall about the episode with Mbenga and his little fairy tale?
It was a very unique episode. It's I don't think they've quite touched on it like this before, and I'm actually happy to finally got his kid out and transport him up because we were trying to figure out when that was going to happen,
Yeah.
and at least that plot has been wrapped. Though it was that show. Ooh, it had some fun time. I mean, Wizard Spock. I mean, come on, seriously.
That
Let's
was
see.
great. Spock as a
Yes,
wizard made total sense.
yes, it did.
My favorite spoof on the characters. For those who I know don't watch, but Strange New Worlds, their characters went to fairy tale characters. It was really great, and my favorite one was the security chief being the out of control princess. Like, what is going on here? That was so great.
Yes, it was. It took me a minute to figure things out, but once I got everything situated and I could follow along, I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can get into this. Okay, yeah, that's fine." For a filler episode. Oh yeah, Ross ain't here to
Ross
smack
isn't
me.
here. Ross isn't here to diss that one.
I mean, pretty much that's what this was a filler episode. Which I mean, for filler episodes, compared to what we got with Discovery and other shows, yeah, this one is definitely my top favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For
it was very unique.
for a quick backstory and on why we said this stomps your heart, because in short this season, the doctor of the Enterprise, his daughter is in what we call transporter suspension because she has a disease that even 500 years in the future they don't have a cure for. So the only way to keep her alive is to keep her in this transporter suspension. And what he does though is he brings her out every so often, reads her a story, and then puts her back. This time around, they come across a nebula that happens to be sentient and probes the mind of his daughter to create a fairy tale. Her version of a fairy tale her father reads her every night, and he realizes this and realizes that she's out of the transporter and that she very well could die very quickly because of how degenerative the disease is. And here's the gut wrenching part. So again, she's in the suspension. The sentient being in this nebula offers to save her, but to take her with them. He will lose
Mm-hmm.
his daughter. And she is at this point, I think, what, 10 years old? 8, 9, 10 years old.
8, 9, 10, something like that by the looks of it. Yeah.
And she tells her dad, it's okay, you can let me go. And this is the part where Leia was ugly crying. Ross had told us he was ugly crying, and it made sense as to why he was. And damn, yeah. So
Yeah, it was.
his daughter goes with
It,
this sentient being, and is cured. She's perfectly fine, and then she comes back. Literally, with about 10 seconds, she comes back, but she's 20 years older because in space like that, time has no meaning, and she has no grudge against her dad. She just was like, I love you, Dad. Thank you so much for saving me." And that was a stomp on your heart, like,
yes,
ow. Justin and I are parents, so it's like that's hardcore.
yes. It was definitely a heart stopper because that's one thing you would never want to have to do is, choose between letting your child live and losing him forever. It's a it's a hard hitter for any parent, and that was, whew, yeah, that was definitely a stomper.
So as far as filler episodes go, usually fillers like don't have an impact on the season. This one did because he's had his daughter this whole time, and because of now losing her, it resolves in a way his part of
One
his
of the
story.
backstories,
Yeah, one of the
which
backstories.
I love how they are doing the backstories in this show. They're not.
Yes,
I mean, they're just subtly back there. They're touching on them here and there. They're not trying to do a season-long story arc on anything. I mean, the way they're doing this is actually brilliant, and it's yeah, it's really nice that they decided to go this route. I hope they adopt this for Discovery next season. It would be nice. I think that would be something that could actually propel the show forward from what it's currently the Michael Burnham show.
but I'll
But
get to
lightning did not strike me down, so I guess I was not wrong on that.
But yeah, Discovery season 4 was better. It wasn't the whole Burnham show, but we'll see what they have in Discovery season 5, which they have started filming. Doug Jones confirmed that about a week and a half ago. So we will get Discovery season 5 probably sometime next year. In the meantime, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. This was the 8th episode, I believe. I thought it was 10. Justin said it's about 12, maybe.
Let me Google that real
Yeah,
quick.
we didn't actually ever get an official episode count like we did with Discovery before the season. They said, "Hey, 16. Here's 14." Strange New Worlds, we didn't get that, so we don't know if we're like 2 away from the finale or 4 or however many. Um, but we will be looking forward to next week's episode as Justin saw a preview for it. They're pushing a horror vibe for the next episode, so we'll see how that goes.
And this is the one that has the crash ship on an asteroid, so it should be a really good episode, I think.
Okay, so we're looking forward to that
Uh,
one. Again, for those of you who don't watch Star Trek, I would recommend starting with this show, Strange New Worlds or Prodigy, to get you really into it. Um, on that, so let's see, Justin, did you find it yet, or
no, there's no definitive list, which is weird because there usually is.
Triple
I'm
Bibble
looking.
Joe? Thank you for Joe has resubscribed for 2 months on my channel. Thank you. He is subscribed with Prime, so appreciate that. Thank you. Hope you're having Joe's Triple Bibble Joe is currently unfortunately in COVID quarantine in his home.
The only person I have known that actually gotten it twice.
Oh
But
man. So
poor Joe, which
did
is
you
also, he's technically a co-producer of the show because he
yes.
saved our butts.
The his official title is the junior executive producer
Of
uh,
side boob. Yeah,
of
there we
Side
go.
Boob.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Um
kidding.
did you happen to find it, Justin, the episode count or no?
No, I have not found a list. I will keep looking for that once we figure out our listing.
Sure.
Let's see here. Episode total of 10 so far. The only one that's got a title announced is the next week's episode. All those who wonder. So maybe we are only getting 10 episodes.
Okay. All right, then. So we're just 2 away from the finale of Star Trek Strange Worlds for the season 1, which we are already getting season 2. So we'll see how that goes. We're jumping straight into again ripping your heart out type stories for the Orville. For those who have been watching,
Oof,
quick recap. For those watching the Orville, they are currently signing a peace treaty with the Krill to help
he
them in the war
was
against signing a peace treaty to help
was
them help with the war against the Kalon. And the episode started off very well as a positive note, and it quickly went downhill. So,
Very
um,
fast.
for the fans of the Orville, so what happened is this is a sequel episode to something that happened in season 1 and 2. Uh, Ta Talea, who
Leia, yep.
was formerly Mercer's human concubine, girlfriend, whatever she was, and she turned out to be Krill, tricked him twice, and so he let her go though. So this is a decision that's coming back to bite him. He let her go because the Union won't keep her and kill her. That's not what they're about. So he let her live, and she is running for Supreme Chancellor of Krill and won the election. I'm sitting here like, no, she didn't win. It'll be faked. It'll be challenged. And yeah, every time you thought this episode would be like, no, they won't let that happen. They let it happen.
They let it happen. Yep.
um, so
And not to mention the freaking bomb that got dropped on us. That
oh
they have a kid.
yes, make Krill great again. That's exactly what Talea was preaching. Xenophobic, Krill will be great. Joe's right. MKGA. So part of the bombshell was she does kill the old Supreme Chancellor. Like she wins the election, not even 5 minutes after winning, she kills the Supreme Chancellor, old one, arrests the Union delegation, including Captain Mercer, and just preaches her xenophobia. Her, we don't need the Union. We are stronger than ever. So then she brings him in and says, "I'm setting you." Essentially, lets him go free because she still has feelings for him. Let's not kid ourselves here. But he makes his way, gets captured by another team, and Joe, don't start. Joe's like, "How's this better than Discovery?" um, but he finds out, and this is the bombshell. They have a daughter. Um, yeah, this was one nobody saw coming, and I was in total shock. Like personally, with the
A
show,
whole a whole Orville episode where they did not copy off of the previous Star Trek show. How about that?
not only yeah, an original idea, even a little bit of pieces put together from other shows, but the Stonewall stop in your seat was he has a daughter. Like the second I saw her, I was like, no, and yeah, her name is Anaya, which is Krill for Gently Falling Rain, the title of the episode. And again, as parents, me and Justin here, I saw this and the look on Mercer's face. Seth MacFarlane does not get enough credit as an actor for how he portrayed fear, delight, and concern in one go.
Hmm.
Justin, when you saw this scene? When you saw her, what were you thinking?
I mean, I thought the scene, the scene played out well. I mean, they did just phenomenal acting. I don't know if this is the one episode that they talked about that they had to stop midway through because of COVID or not, but yeah, they did a really good job at bouncing off of each other. All the actors. I mean, considering most of them had to film separate rooms and whatnot because of their COVID restrictions at separate times, they did a really good job with the acting.
Yes,
I, I mean, I'm actually impressed they didn't rip off another Star Trek show. I mean, they may have shown little bits and pieces from other franchises and whatnot, but I mean, what sci-fi show has it? I mean, this is turning out to be a pleasant surprise this season. I hope they keep it up.
same. And so again, like we said, with the hard hitting topics, basically two of our favorite captains, if you will, are one a medical officer and one of my favorite captains. They both lose their kid. Like Mercer does not get to save her. What goes on is that he sees her, he meets her for about 10 minutes, and gets rescued by the Union. And there's two threats. He thinks that if the daughter's exposed, that Talea will kill her to keep it a secret, and Oran Mercer can't exactly go in and save her. This is
Right.
this is extreme. What does he do? And of course, the whole run of the mill savior of the captain and the presidential delegation. But I can appreciate that the Union president pitched this option, like use your daughter to oust her as Supreme Chancellor. But he said it's completely up to you. And Mercer's like, no, I can't do that. It's like you can't do that to your kid to use them like that.
Yeah,
So
that was
go
really cool.
It was, and here's what I like. Here's what I like and hurt at the same time. I have a strong feeling by the end of this season, or at least it's going to play again. Mercer is going to somehow get his daughter out of there. I firmly believe he's either going to go rogue or get the permission of the Union to go in and get Anaya out.
Probably. I mean, I could see that happening. I really see it happening. We'll just have to see. I think it'll be with permission, unofficial permission of the union to do it. Um, they probably decide to expose her, but they need to get her away in order to do it. I
Yeah,
think that would probably be the best the outcome of that one. But we'll see how many episodes of Orville are we getting this season.
I
Same
believe
amount of new
12 or
10.
14.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So they still got a whole bunch of episodes to make it happen.
Yes, they do. And so while we're dwelling on this one, while Strange New Worlds was fun, and of course the daughter was fine, in this one we have a little bit of fun tidbits in this episode. So first one, Isaac walking in. The episode starts with them all in a simulation of a saloon, and
Mm-hmm.
Isaac comes in and says, "This town will not accommodate the totality of our combined mass," which is robot android speak for this town ain't big enough for the two of us. He comes in wearing a cowboy hat and a mustache. You have to see it and you'll laugh. And another one that people glossed over. Justin, I know you saw this. Lamar and Kayali. That was 5 seconds, but interesting, Weasel. I like hearing you say my name. And she's like, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "I like hearing you might saying it more often." So we have a new coupling possibly happening between Lieutenant Commander Lamar and newly promoted Lieutenant Commander Kayali. So, Justin, your thoughts on that one?
It was bound to happen sooner or later. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes down. If
So we have, and this is for fun. This is for us diehard Trekkies, and for you diehard sci-fi nerds. There's some callbacks. I wouldn't say callbacks,
uh,
but some awesome cameos. So we'll start with this one as a memoriam. Lisa Baines, and may she rest. She did pass away before this aired. Now she played the character of Speria Balask. She was a Zelayan ambassador.
mhm.
For us diehard Trekkies, she was Doctor. I forgot the doctor's name in DS9 when Dax is first having her issues with the symbiont in season 1.
Oh,
She's
the troll doctor.
yes, she was.
Crap baskets. It's been so long since I've watched DS9.
Let me see if I can. So I have it up right here on IMDb. So I'm gonna see Lisa. She did pass away unfortunately, but this was dedicated to her.
Yep.
Um, but she has done some stuff in her time. So let's see. I'm gonna looking for it. She did Once Upon a Time. The Good
Mhm.
Wife. Let's see. I'm looking for Star Trek. Star Trek. Come on, come on. Oh, gotta go all the way down here. There we go. Star Trek. You say
Yeah, I
Doc?
think that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Star Trek. She played Doctor Renhall to help Dax. So this is gonna be this is the other fun part. Of course, we have John Fleck reprising his role as the Krill ambassador. For the diehard Star Trek fans, he is known as Silicon Enterprise or as the
Mhm.
head of the Tal Shiar in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and in TNG.
Ah.
Yes. In TNG, he was just a commander working to. He was the one who brainwashed Geordi. So John Fleck has been around in Star Trek. Now
For a while.
here's a fun one. President Alcuzan. He was the blue guy with the really sick, slicked back hair. The president of the Union, Bruce Boxleitner. Bruce Boxleitner.
Mm. I thought he looked familiar.
Justin knows. For those of you who don't I know that voice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it came back, and I was like, wow, that's intense. So Seth has had a really good track record with the Orville of basically recruiting old Star Trek actors because Brandon Braga is one of the producers, and bringing Trek alum back to the show, back to Orville. But Bruce was a good one, again, hardcore known in Babylon and Tron. With that, Orville is taking a very drastic turn. Um, I'm curious where they're gonna go next. I had the episode titles pulled up. I'm not sure if the next episode is actually the Tale of Two Topas, which we will get our first Mocklin centric episode of the season. And I'm with that kind of title, we know it's going to be about Topa's. Okay, I'll just say it. His sex change because he was born a female, but under Mocklin custom, they are forced to perform a surgery to make them male. And I think Topa's going to find this out, and it's not going to go well for his parents. So we're going to see how that plays out. But that's for Orville, and we're going to go ahead and dive into the best one of the night. I'm sorry, but we can't. I can't hold this one in. So we got Orville and Star Trek out of the way, and folks,
You say that as like it's a bad thing.
folks, we have our Obi-Wan Kenobi series finale. Um,
Server Anakin! I have the high ground!
Only this time Vader had the high ground. So this episode was down to one thing and one thing only. All we watched it for was the final battle of this episode of the series between Obi-Wan and Anakin. I'm sorry, Darth. Um, I I'm still processing the nerdgasm from this episode. They give us the final battle immediately. Like we thought, oh, it'll be the end of the episode, right? No, they toss it in mid episode. Um, and the people there were people complaining like, oh, why didn't they just send TIE fighters after the ship? Why couldn't the Star Destroyer destroy it? Hey, guys, you guys have to think. This isn't Tarkin who was in Grand Moff Tarkin who was in charge of the ship, or another Imperial captain. This was Vader's ship. He made the decision, and as Obi-Wan proved several times, Vader only wants him. So that's why they didn't.
And this could very well lead to why Vader was no longer in command of a ship whenever we saw it in A New Hope.
Right, he is not in command of anything except Grand Moff Tarkin is obviously in charge because you see in New Hope, he listens to Tarkin. Tarkin gives him an order and he follows it.
Right.
So, that lightsaber scene, that fight scene between Vader and Obi-Wan,
Holy shit, the rock throw, dude. The rock throw was epic. I was sitting there like, oh no.
if you guys have our Trello, I actually changed the thumbnail to Obi-Wan just doing this with the rocks in the background, and it's just absolutely epic.
I actually made that the title card for the show.
Yes.
Because I mean, it was actually so well done. I mean, geez, it's just holy crap. I mean,
it was crazy. Like it's like Justin and I are just still processing. So talking
I
about
might have to watch it again.
same. Talking about the fight scenes because there was a lot of heart, a lot of callback in this fight scene. So of course Vader meets him and Obi-Wan stands there and Vader's like, "Have you come to destroy me?" And Obi-Wan says it. He says we're all Leo DiCaprio in that meme doing this. He's all, "I will do what I must." And we're like this. He said the thing. He said the thing. There's his classic fight pose.
I mean, my God.
But did his classic fight pose, and so this is a callback in Revenge of the Sith. Anakin tells him, Obi-Wan tells him, I will do what I must, and Anakin goes, "You will try." This time around, Anakin says, "You will die." And they, of course, get into arguably the greatest lightsaber fight scene in all of Star Wars. Up there with Duel of the Fates, up there with Luke versus Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back. It was really, really well done.
I kept waiting to hear. I'm kind of disappointed that they did not do this, but I was waiting to hear Obi-Wan say, "Anakin, I have the high ground."
Actually,
Again.
it's funny. I was waiting for Vader to say, because when Vader, the use of the Force is amazing. When Vader smashes the ground and Vader has the high ground, I was waiting for that callback because Vader's that arrogant to say who had.
Right.
He could have said something along the lines of who has the high ground now. But going into this one, so the callbacks were there, and Obi-Wan uses Vader's overconfidence against him. This was a fight scene for the ages, and I actually watched a video from a professional sword fighter who has done work on movies and stunt work. And of course, he does these videos on his YouTube where he judges like these fight scenes with swords. Like, oh, how realistic was
Yeah, I've
that?
seen them.
And he gave this one of his highest ratings of his life because he's like, this lightsaber scene we got, he goes, give them swords, and that's exactly how they would fight with swords. I'm like, damn. He gave praise to the choreography. Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan just seamlessly doing this fight. It was crazy. And when Obi-Wan slices his helmet open, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we knew neither one of them would kill each other because of what,
Right.
New Hope and going onward. But I mean, we knew it was going to be one hell of a fight, and yeah, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, with this fight, and for those of you who watch Star Wars Rebels, this was the callback when he slices open the helmet. It was a callback to when Ahsoka did the same thing against Anakin just after he becomes Vader. It only is the other side of the helmet, and she is trying to get him to come back, and it doesn't work. And Obi-Wan sits there, and they beautifully did the lighting. So this is a great look at it. The lighting is every time you hear more of Anakin speaking, Obi-Wan's blue lightsaber was reflecting off of him, but when you hear more of the Vader, it was his red lightsaber. So there was like
Red lightsaber. Yeah, I saw that.
it was more.
That was really good.
It was basically showing his internal battle of light and dark. And when Anakin says, "I am not your failure. You did not kill me. I did." Ewan McGregor portraying the face of absolute defeat and depression and sadness was phenomenal. I said this and this is real quick in Star Trek Picard when we see Q and Picard in their final scene together. I gave that as an example of masterclass in character interaction because of John Delancey and Patrick Stewart. What we got in this final minute was another masterclass in character interaction between Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen as Vader and Obi-Wan. And
I really kind of wanted Obi-Wan season 2.
It's funny for those of you on our Facebook page. I did post a funny meme about season 2 Obi-Wan. It's all let Obi-Wan encounter a young Luke Skywalker and they go rescue his sister. I was like, that's too much. It was a plot.
Really sounds like a New Hope.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, that is a New Hope.
And what we get is a small redemption arc because not only is Obi-Wan's fight not over, it is over with Vader. Reva, third sister, shows up on Tatooine to come and kill Luke. And I gotta give credit, Owen and Beru were ready. You know, they opened their little cubby and pulled out those blaster rifles. It's like, holy shit, they're ready.
Yeah.
And this was
apparently not ready enough to kill some stormtroopers though in A New Hope.
Ouch.
What?
Can you say plot hole? So when they did this, or when Reva grabs Luke and chases him into the canyon, she brings him back. She doesn't kill him. When she's dropped and Obi-Wan comes up to her after they grab Luke, when she says, I couldn't do it. I didn't become him. Talking about Anakin because she survived his attack. I'm not big on redemptions, but this was a redemption because she sat there and realized she couldn't just kill a child. And that's when Obi-Wan says, it's who you are from this point on is what will matter. And damn, like, that was really well done. Moses, I forget the last name, but the actress's name is Moses. I don't know why she got so much hate to begin with, and any hate she's still getting is unfounded. She did amazing.
Well, the Star Wars fandom is full of toxic burgers. We think the Star Trek fandom is bad when it comes to that. No, Star Wars has got Star Trek beat, if not worse. And I know one other thing's been to keep the toxicity off of the show, but the amount of hate that actually got was unwarranted,
Yes.
and I hope the people that spewed it get caught and appropriate legal action is taken. There's a right to free speech, but I mean, some of the shit that was said was uncalled for, unfounded, and I mean, even going as far as issuing death threats. I mean, come on
Yeah,
now.
that
It's a
was
fucking TV show, people. It's
yeah.
not life or death. It's not real life. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah.
It's really not that fucking hard.
And she did a phenomenal job as a villain
Yeah,
who got a decent redemption arc. It's like when
exactly.
she did great. I don't knock her, and I was only a little disappointed we didn't get like fifth brother in there somewhere, but just again, it was her story. I get that it was her story. Um, but so then we get a couple more callbacks in this episode. Vader's back on Mustafar and healed, and of course Palpatine, Ian McDermott returns as Palpatine again, but this time it makes sense. Um,
Yes. And now with a big five finger hand thing behind him, just like he was thrown in and edited in at the last second to be alive. Yeah, I still hate The Last Jedi for that.
what's up, Rockruff? So yeah, so what we get though is, and we get Palpatine not being the one we know from Empire Strikes Back: Return of the Jedi. We get the one that is actually degrading Vader, telling him in so many words, "What were you thinking? Why are you being stupid?" And that's when Vader has to convince him Obi-Wan means nothing.
Until, the New Hope, because apparently he loses his command and has to be Tarkin's bitch. But.
Exactly. And Leia, Palpatine equals five head.
Oh, God, Leia.
um,
Why?
and the best callback of this episode. So Obi-Wan meets Luke, and this is sorry, the best callback's coming, but Obi-Wan meets Luke because not Ben, sorry, Owen is finally like, "Would you like to meet him?" And I was like, wow, I was like, okay, that's great. He's finally walks up to Luke and is gonna hand him the T-16 Skyhopper, this little toy that
It
we see.
says hello there.
Yes. Oh my God, when he
Oh, he
says
got it.
nerdgasm. I'm sorry. They did callbacks very, very properly in this show. There's only one. Now, this does not take away from the show. I wish they would have added, not taken away. I wish they would have added. Obi-Wan uses a blast in the first three episodes. Does anyone
Mm.
remember Revenge of the Sith? Because he blasts Grievous, and he's all so uncivilized and throws the blaster. I was really, really hoping in, I believe, episode 4 when they're on the base, and he goes from blaster to lightsaber, and he should have gone, "This is far most civilized." I was really hoping for that.
Yeah, but I guess they had to be careful what they did throw in, or they just forgot for whatever
I think
reason. But
with the callbacks they did and got, I'm not gonna take it away. Leia subscribed with Prime 10 months. Actually, I think she already did that, but I'm actually coming up on my 1 year Twitch anniversary, so that was a good reminder. But yeah, so the best callback, Justin. I'm letting you do this one. Justin, how did the episode end?
hello there.
um,
I mean, he walked right up to Luke and said hello there. I mean, that's a perfect way to end the series or the show, depending on if they decide to do season 2 or not.
oh, I'm not talking about that, Justin. When Obi-Wan leaves and goes into the desert ocean, all of a sudden we see a blue apparition, and
Oh yeah, Qui-Gon.
we
Yes, yes,
got
yes, Qui-Gon.
we got Liam Neeson back as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Well, we
Holy
kind of
shit!
figured that was going to happen. I mean,
Okay, to be fair, I thought we were going to see Qui-Gon Jinn in episode 1 and what episode 5, and we didn't get it. I was like, okay, and then I'm
well, I
watching.
think we saw a brief shot of him in a flashback when he was still alive, but not as a Force ghost.
Right. And this episode 6, I genuinely forgot, like, okay, maybe we won't get Qui-Gon because we're ending it on Luke. The Vader fight scene happened. So I was like, okay, and it just totally blew my mind.
They threw so much in a short time span. I mean, they're doing these short form seasons are actually turning out to be pretty good because they pack so much into these episodes. It's pretty awesome.
Um, but yeah, Qui-Gon greets Obi-Wan, and being Qui-Gon Jinn, what took you so long? So, and of course, Obi-Wan is shocked, and I do love what Qui-Gon said, though. He's all, Obi-Wan's like, why didn't I see you before? And Qui-Gon's like, you weren't ready, and now you are. So that was really great. Like as Justin was saying earlier, if we get a season 2, this is probably where you pick up on it, and you'd have to get Liam Neeson though. Like the only way this works is if you get Liam Neeson because we want to see the interaction between him and Qui-Gon. And at this point, it would have to be focused on Tatooine, or we see Leia growing up. Either way, we're going to see the Skywalkers because that's how it has to play out.
It
Just
doesn't have to. I mean, they got some room to be original there. I mean, I'm really getting tired of everything centering around Tatooine.
yeah.
I mean, come on. There's a big universe out there. There's other planets.
And to credit of Obi-Wan Kenobi, while yes, he lives on Tatooine and that's where Luke is, we were on, 5 different planets in this series, like planets that we have never heard of. So we got to see, yes, we've seen Alderaan, but we actually got to see Alderaan on the ground. We got to see Jabim. We got to see whatever planet he was on where he fought Vader.
Which we'll be getting to see more of Alderaan when they decide to do the prequel series, Star Wars Alderaan. This is about as pointless as Krypton. Why?
But that's our thoughts. Again, I know I've pitched this about Hayden Christensen wants to do a Vader-centric series. The only way I would love to see that is with Starkiller. But as an Obi-Wan
But they did something has been teased about the video game version.
Oh, that's right.
Which
Fallen
posted on it.
I didn't. Sorry, I did post that on our page. Fallen Order. Cal Kestis might be getting his own Disney Plus live action series.
And I like that better than doing a Vader centric series, because if they mix those two together, that's gonna be good.
So, and these are confirmed rumblings from Comic Book and a couple others. Disney is considering doing a Fallen Order series live action on Cal Kestis.
It better.
And I believe
that was a badass video game.
And I believe the actor himself who plays him in the video games is actually up for the role. So
that would be cool.
That would be great. So we'll get to see that hopefully soon, or at least some sort of official announcement. And Rockruff, I'm seeing it. Hold on, he goes General Kenobi, but at this point he's just Ben. But that's our take on Obi-Wan Kenobi. For now, as we know it, this is the finale. The show's done. However, in the last week, there have been more and more rumblings from Jon Favreau now, from Ewan McGregor, from Disney Plus, that they are strongly considering a season 2. So keep your eyes to the ground.
Season 1 has done so well. Keep streaming it, keep watching it, put it on a replay loop in the background. Just keep those numbers up, because that would be it.
The numbers do determine this. Same with fans of the Orville. That's how you're going to get season 4. Obi-Wan, if you guys just put it on repeat, Obi-Wan, the numbers could help be inflated and force Disney to greenlight the second season.
Maybe cancel Alderaan, please, please, please. That's such a pointless show.
You sit there watching this. When they do it, if they still continue with it, you're going to be watching Alderaan. Man, I hope nothing happens.
I mean, we know what's going to happen to Alderaan in the end. It is utterly pointless to do a prequel around Alderaan. It's pointless.
It's pointless to do.
We're going to show how they live. Yeah, they're all going to die. Is what's going to happen. They're all going to die.
They all die. Spoiler alert: they all die.
I mean,
Leia's the only one who lives.
And is captured in the process.
Yep. Damn it. Spoiler alert, Leia gets captured again. Oh man. So Leia, really? Damn it.
Leia, what does Leia do?
Alright, fans. So this is what I like to call bop it, pull it, lick it.
Yes, Leia, you're awesome.
So, for fans of our podcast, for Off the Wall Nerds, On my Twitch, I have a redeem where I have to lick a Switch cartridge. The reason why is because I was an idiot about a year ago. I didn't know that these taste bad on purpose. So Leia was like, "Yes." I was like, "Come on, they don't taste bad." And Leia informed me that they are made to taste bad on purpose, so kids don't eat them, which makes sense.
Yes, Greg.
It makes sense. My dumbass at the time was like, "Give me a Switch cartridge." I licked it; it was bad, so I put it as a redeem. So now I have to lick this bastard. Oh God! All right. Wait. And ah, ah, ah.
That is some
Emotional damage.
It's so bad.
Leia, you're awesome. Thank you.
It's
Thank you. It makes my night when I get to see Greg's tortured.
It's so bad. It tastes, and it's on the lips now.
I mean, I got the clip of you eating the hot chip somewhere.
Yes.
If I can find it.
Oh no! Oh, that if Joe can find the hot chip, I can't find that chip anywhere in the city right now. Joe, our junior executive,
I'll do it for $100.
Joe, our junior executive producer of Side Boob, is looking for the chip also. So,
side boob. Oh my God, I can't believe that's an actual thing now.
wait, hold on. Rock, my fan rocker. Honestly, the DS ones taste worse.
You sound like he has.
I don't have my DS in here. Or I'm sorry, Leia's DS. I don't have that in here. Where's the DS game? I have to have it. Hold on, folks.
Why would you encourage him? Why would you encourage him?
This is why my curiosity. I'm example. Curiosity killed the cat. Now I want to look at DS cartridge, but
why?
Oh,
why?
But, so yeah, hopefully the fans enjoyed that one because. But now I think Leia's actually gonna grab the DS. I'm waiting for her to walk in the office store right now. If she's gonna...
Oh my!
Hold on, folks. I might like a DS cartridge now. Yep, here she comes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Okay, hold on. I gotta play this because it's yeah. Let me find it.
Rockruff's gonna do a tier list of different cartridges: DS, 3DS, and Switch. Well, this is a 3DS, so we're gonna see. Oh, it just says DS. Never mind, it says DS. So we'll see. All right, Justin, what are you playing?
Emotional damage.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Ah.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh wow.
Really?
I don't want to say it's worse than a Switch game, but that was bad. I hope this game still works. It's actually
Maybe you should compare it to take two at the same time and compare it.
Just so you know.
What do you think, Leia? You should do two at once and compare them?
Just wants me to do both at once and see which one tastes worse.
We'll create a redeem.
We'll create a redeem for that? Okay. All right, so we'll get on that one.
Don't worry, Justin. I have 42,000 points.
Leia has...
Oh my God.
Yeah, she has the most points of anybody. There are actually a lot of my viewers who are approaching like 30,000 points. It's pretty fun. Oh my God, that's lingering. So... Great timing. Okay, folks. So moving.
Okay, so for those who missed it, here is a clip of Greg eating a hot chip.
Oh. Actually, I need water to wash it down. That was a big trip. Yep, folks, I do that. I torture myself just for the hell of it, and that was one of the moments. Also, starting to hear lots of thunder. I did hear thunder. That's fine. So, folks, for those of you watching our podcast, that's what the fun stuff we get to do. So, I'm actually what I'm going to do is...
And once I get verified on my Twitch,
yes,
I'll be joining in on the fun.
Right there, twitch.tv /the_augmented. Justin does a lot of fun stuff. Um, and yeah, we play a lot of games. It's fun. So now that the taste is going away, so we were just finishing up our talk about Obi-Wan again. That's how you finished a series right there. That's what they did with that. So hoping for more, but don't overdo it. Um, so we were going to dive into The Boys. We're gonna wait on that because Justin's going to binge that.
Yes. How many episodes are left in that? Isn't that coming up soon?
I believe 4 more because this was episode 6.
I want to try to. I want to try to binge and get caught up. It's just God. It's finding time throughout the week to actually sit down and catch up on all of them.
This one we're gonna. I do want to dive into this one. Justin gave me permission, so we have talked about Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. We're almost done with that. 2 more episodes. Orville, we're about halfway. We're now about a third of the way through. Obi-Wan is finished, and The Boys is about on its 3/4 of the way through. So we do have a lot of great shows ending, but we also have a lot of great shows coming up here soon, such as Lower Decks and a few others. Um, but I want to give my thoughts on this. So Jurassic World Dominion continues to dominate the box office. If projections are holding well, it will dominate for the 3rd weekend in a row. It is looking to go about 25 to 30 million, followed closely behind Top Gun Maverick in terms of box office receipts. Jurassic World Dominion has been a divisive film. It currently sits at 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. I believe the worst or second worst of the entire series. But among fan reviews, the fans speaking up, it sits, I believe, 3rd behind Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Um, Dominion was in my personal opinion, because I'm diehard fan of the franchise. As you can see behind me, dinosaurs rule the earth. I got my little Jurassic Park tin right here. My truck is all Jurassic Park. This is the map of Isla Nublar. I mean, yeah, I'm all about Jurassic Park. So from the moment this movie opened, it was great. The story was I appreciate the story, where they went with it. We get a redemption arc for Doctor Wu. Um, but we all know why you went to go see it. The OG cast, Dr. Malcolm, Sattler, and Grant are all back. um, this starts out with very much real world consequences. Dinosaurs in the real world. What do we do? Do we kill them? Do we save them? Do we capture them and put them somewhere else? Because that's worked out so well before. um, but I've seen it twice, and we have Biosyn as the main villain company, and for those who are fans of the Jurassic Park novels and the movies, Dodson comes back, played by Mark Shepard, or not Mark Shepard. What's his name? Is it Mark Shepard? I forgot the actor's name.
Wahlberg.
No, he played Uncle Ben in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. He was in House of Cards, but he plays Dodson this time around. And funny story, we were watching it for the first time in Albuquerque, and the first time he pops on screen where he's talking, because he's just showing like an ad, but in the movie when he introduces to Dr. Grant, I'm like, I say as loud as I could, I was like, Dodson, we have Dodson here. See, nobody cares, and the entire theater started erupting laughing. So I got my one good joke in. But this was a good episode. This was a good movie. They do capture Blue's baby, Beta, then they capture Maisie, and of course that's what gets Owen and Claire going. And Ellie gets Dr. Grant because these locusts, these supersized, over hungry locusts, are devouring everything. So she puts her paleobotany into paleobotanist. There we go, to work. So hold on. Oh, sorry, real quick. NASA has given John Williams the Exceptional Public Achievement Award for his contribution to sci-fi.
Nice. He deserves it.
Yes, he does.
I put him on repeat usually on my Spotify whenever I'm doing creative stuff. So
no, Rocker, not Martin Sheen. That's a different actor. That's Charlie Sheen's dad. But so in Dominion, though, we get, of course, trek around the world, because they capture Maisie and Beta, then they go to Malta, then they go there because they're on their way to Italy, in the Biosyn Valley. And wow, like I was just astounded, like the scale and magnitude of this, where all the dinosaurs are. And we get a first look at the Giganotosaurus, and Rexy fighting over a deer, which is really great. And I understand. Okay, so I understand where the fans come in and hating this, and then I hear yelling. Oh, that's not good. Um, I understand where the fans come in not liking it. I totally get that. But as a fan of the franchise since I was 5 years old when I first saw it, I don't understand the hate. I really don't. Like, I don't understand the hate for the actress who plays.
It's everything nowadays. I mean, if it's a problem with toxic fandom. You got these fanboys that it doesn't conform to their exact liking. They want to start throwing a fit about it, and it harkens back to what I said earlier on in the show about the actress on Star Wars getting all the hate she did. I'm like, come on, people! If you don't like it, if you don't like the person, if you don't like the character, it's not just for you.
Right.
You know, these shows are not just for you. They're not made just for you. They are made for multiple walks of life, and the old ways of doing things are gone. So you're either going to have to get with it, or find something else to watch. There's no point in bitching about it. All the bitching is going to do is just make you look bad, and
Exactly.
I mean, it's just utterly pointless. I don't get why people shout the way they do on the internet. It's utterly pointless. No one cares. We mock you. We laugh at you.
And so like coming from a super fan such as myself, I like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Were there a couple things missing? Sure, but not enough for me to say it
There's
was
bound
bad.
to be.
Yeah, you're right. There's always bound to be, but not enough for me to say I hate the movie. I loved it. And for fans, I have bad news for you fans. This movie was more in line with Crichton's first two books, Jurassic Park and The Lost World. If you go back and read the books, it's virtually on there with the
I
screenplay.
mean,
So
they've had some stinkers in the Jurassic Park movie verse, and I'm kind of this one kind of redeems it a bit. So
yeah.
yeah, it's speaking of redeem. If you have Game Pass, Jurassic World 2 is free on Game Pass. So get on there. It's a fun game. It's turn-based strategy, build 'em up park type thing. Basically building up, managing a park with dinosaurs. What could go wrong, right?
That's Jurassic World Evolution 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I own the game, I play it, and I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's right. If you've played Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's that, but with dinosaurs.
Pretty much like that, yeah. That and the newer Slim City 2000s or whatever.
So hopefully when Jesse gets to see it, we might talk a little bit more. But again, as far as somebody who grew up with the franchise, I mean, for Christ's sake, my phone. Look at that. That's Rexy on my phone.
I'll probably watch it when it comes to streaming.
Right, and that's actually, I believe, in a month. So you won't wait too long.
I've still got to watch Doctor Strange Multiverses of Madness. I have not watched it yet, and that's on my list to do since it's on streaming. I love how quick they put stuff out now. It's so good.
And yeah, so Jurassic World Dominion, personally, as far as my list goes, Jurassic Park is number 1. Jurassic World, I put number 2. And then I would put Dominion ahead of Fallen Kingdom and Lost World. Because everybody, if Jurassic Park 3 is not last on your list, there's something wrong.
Jurassic Park 3.
Every movie in the Jurassic Park series is better than Jurassic Park 3.
I'm sure. I got a confession on that one. I still have not been able to watch it all the way through.
Okay, there are subtle callbacks to JP3, but not enough where if you don't see it, you will fully understand Dominion. You'll be fine.
It's just
it's like with us Trekkies. We tell all Star Trek fans, watch all the Star Trek movies. Skip Star Trek 5.
You're not doing it. Skip 5 and Into Darkness.
Yep. and you'll totally be fine.
And possibly Nemesis.
Oh, hey, easy.
Okay, Insurrection.
Okay, I'll give you Insurrection.
Okay, all right.
On that note, guys, so we'll be wrapping it up here. Justin will, of course, get off his ass and watch Jurassic World at some point, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. If and when Justin actually gets to watch
and
Multiverse
all
of Madness,
the boys, hopefully, sometime here relatively soon, so I can get caught up.
Yeah, Justin leads a busy life right now. He just moved to a new place. He's working, looking for work. So Justin's in a busy place right now. But in the meantime, guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back next week, same time, with what looks like just 3 shows to talk about. Boys, Orville, Strange New World. So we'll put some new topics. If you guys want to have us talk about anything that you're interested in, post to our Facebook page. And
Any gaming topics or whatnot,
Yes.
feel free to throw them on there. We will happily cover gaming, non-toxic gaming topics, such as new releases, anything free coming out, new games that people are excited about. Starfield, holy shit, that looks amazing.
Yes, I was going to tell you about that. Justin loves Starfield, and they actually just released a new update where it's like open universe, they said, or something like that. They added like 5 new planets. So
Yeah, it's going to be very fun. Another one to look at gaming wise, those who have Star Citizen, they have massively updated everything. They have a new patch coming soon. It's supposed to fix some of the bugs of the current release. I don't really play much anymore. It's just something you have to invest time in because there's a lot that goes on in that universe. But it's a good game. Check it out.
yes, sir. And in that, guys, thank you, Rockruff. Hope you have a good night too. We will close out tonight's show. Well, again, next Saturday, we will be there. Remember to follow Justin his Twitch at twitch.tv/the_augmented. You guys will also find us.
Also showing on my screen right here.
Yep. And you will also find us on our Off the Wall Nerd Facebook page. And Justin is working in the background on our website and a bunch of other things. So slowly but surely, we are growing this podcast.
I'm
So
working on multiple websites. My book is. I am constantly busy. If I'm not doing something for myself, I am working on other stuff. So yes, it's quite hectic around here right now.
So at the end of the day, guys, so we thank you for the support. Until then, we will see you all next week. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night.
See y'all later. And
Spay New Year plushies.
God damn it.